Oh, it's Rick Taylor.
Yo, this H1 the Hook, and I'm sitting down chopping it up with the rap draft.
Yo, what up, man? It's your boy Rick Taylor back with another episode of the Rap Draft. I got my dog H1 the Hook with me, man. What's going on?
What it do, family? How you doing, boss?
Pretty good, man. Here on the Rap Draft, we like to interview artists of all kinds, wherever you're a rapper, singer, producer, whatever you do.
Right.
Even if you're a business owner or whatever, this is the platform for you. So basically what we like to do is let the people know and the fans know more about you and what you do, and like give them like an intake of like a day in the life of you, and let your fans know more about what you into and stuff like that. So with that being said, my first question for you is, where was you born and raised?
I was born and raised here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Mm-hmm. Now, where'd you grow up in Milwaukee?
I grew up on the north side, the low end of the north side, which people call the inner city. I grew up in the 1300 block of Brown, down by Waco Projects, close to Hillside and Lavin Park, Carver Park, whatever y'all want to call it, down in that area.
Yeah. Now, I've been around that way. It's like it get a little dangerous down there and stuff like that. Now, being like from Milwaukee and like living in that area you grew up in, like what was like your childhood like growing up?
Well, growing up, for the most part, it was kind of rough. For the most part, you know what I mean? Growing up down in the inner city in the hood, it's like the poverty level was real high. It's a lot of crime, a lot of gang banging, a lot of drug dealing, prostitution. But you do have some positives. You got a lot of black business owners, and I want to say people from all walks of life, as far as like color, diverse people with businesses and things like that down in the hood. So you got like that going on. Then you got like a lot of positive people. Like we had like the YMCA's down in our neighborhood, and Boys and Girls Clubs, and King Center, and we had a lot of that stuff down in our hood. So it was kind of like safe havens for everything for kids growing up. But other than that, it was like I always just found myself trying to escape through like sports or through the music, or you know what I'm saying, just being adventurous on all type of levels, you know what I'm saying, as a kid.
Yeah. Now I wanted to ask you about that. Like, how long you been doing music?
Well, actually, I started doing music early at an early child age. Like, my mom was a choir director for a church. She used to drag me in there all the time, you know what I'm saying, for church. So growing up as a kid, she was a choir director. So like that's where I kind of like hone some of my skills for, like, you know what I'm saying, like for singing and just learning melodies and learning how to just control my voice vocally and things like that. And my dad was a local MC back then. He was with a rap group called BS1 back then, and they was like touring with like different kind of rap groups and shit like that, like Digital Underground and De La Soul and stuff like that. And I used to watch him like do shows and shit at Summerfest and Juneteenth and all that, like back in the day. So it was like I learned it then, but I started taking it more serious after my guy Al B got passed away. He was like my childhood friend growing up. He was nice with the pen, like on some rap shit. I got to high school or whatever, and he introduced me to like his little rap group and shit. You know what I'm saying, in high school, and like I used to just fuck around with it, go to the studio after school or whatever, like, or when I ain't in practice, because I used to be heavy into basketball. So when I used to leave basketball practice, I'd go over there with him and go to the studio and shit, and basically he'd throw some beats on and shit, and I just help him write, you know what I mean, like shit like that. And then he was like, man, you need to just go and record, man, like you just got to quit being scared or whatever. I'm like, fuck it. So I want to say like since 99, 2000, that's when I really took the step to try to do music. But when I started taking it serious, it was like maybe in like 2007, 2006, when I really started digging in, taking it serious.
Okay, so pretty much you've been doing it for a while, but then you just like
Yeah.
really just got into it around that time.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Okay, cool. Now, that's crazy. You got that experience. Like your dad was into the music, so I can imagine what you were seeing at a young age, like with them performances and learning and soaking up so much game.
Right.
Like that's dope, bro. Now, for the people who want to know, like, who is H1? Like, who is H1 the artist, or even off like outside of music? Who is H1?
Well, H1, basically I'm a realist, a people person, a good spirit, a hustler, a grinder. You know what I mean? Like, I come from my mom had 6 kids. I had 3 brothers and 2 sisters. So growing up, single parent household, my dad died when I was 11. So growing up in, like, with that type of background, I like morals, and growing up in the hood, like learning from the streets or whatever. And some of my motherfucking best teachers and best idols and like role models was drug dealers and pimps and dope fiends, and you know what I'm saying? So you learn kind of lessons from all walks of life, you know what I'm saying, like growing up. So I took a little piece of everybody growing up, you know what I'm saying, and I just jailed it together to make my, you know what I'm saying, to learn, you know what I'm saying, to become the person that I am right now. But as far as like right now, musically and where I'm at right now, like today, I see myself as a positive role model, a leader in the community, a good father, just a pillar of the community. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to really take Milwaukee rap scene and the music scene to another level. So, like, I always try to keep my head, you know what I'm saying, in the right direction, and try to just, you know what I'm saying, like, make sure I'm doing the right shit, staying on path. But Milwaukee, it come with the drama, it come with the bullshit. So, you know what I'm saying, most of the time you just gotta weed through that. Once you weed through that, you'll be good.
Yeah, and I was gonna ask you about that too. Like, since your name been blowing up so much, like, do you catch, like, do people ever like run into you, or do you ever have problems like people trying to start stuff with you, or be like try to test you or whatever like that?
For the most part, no. Like, I've always kind of been like a popular person. I was like a real talented basketball player. I was like a playground legend, so to say. Like, I played basketball on the high levels, you know what I'm saying, through AAU, through Milwaukee, high school basketball at Tech High School. So I was always kind of popular with the sports. So I was like, you know what I'm saying, known through that then. You know what I'm saying, just through me being in the streets and me being from the hood that I'm from, like, my name always rung bells through neighborhoods and shit for, like, we used to go to parties and shit, dance and shit like that. So, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not the popularity not unfamiliar, you know what I mean?
Right.
It's just like, now what would come with this shit, it just be like it'd be more like sneak dissing and more hating, and you know what I'm saying? Like, now you around adults, but with the adult game, like with you kids, you don't like somebody, you let them know. Like, you ain't gonna fuck with them or you gonna fight. See, with adults, you gotta work in different settings with motherfuckers and shit like that. You gotta be around people who you necessarily don't jam with. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, for the most part, like, that's where the real bullshit come from like people hating or the jealousy or the envy or shit like that. So you get a lot of backlash with that. Plus, you trying to, you know what I'm saying, to take your career to another plateau. So it's like you got to leave a lot of people that you necessarily, you know what I'm saying, that can't be around you no more, that you grew up with. You know what I mean? Like, some people that you left behind, or you outgrew a lot of people or some shit like that. So you get a lot of backlash from that. But other than that, like the drama or whatever, it's Milwaukee, so you just got to know how to move. You know what I mean?
Right.
For the most part.
Right, that's facts. Like, you definitely got to know how to move. When did you get your when did you get your deal with Blackout Entertainment, and how did that come about?
Well, really, we a year in right now. To be exact, like, we a year in. I was got done working on a single called Dog Food uh, that was produced by a producer named Wavy Boy, and I used to work with Wavy Boy heavy, like working with Wyclef John. He was signed to Wyclef John, and I was doing like writing and doing a bunch of touring and everything with Wyclef. I had made his album Carnival 3, and I just was for the last, well, just before this year, like prior 3 years before that, I was on the road all the time with Wyclef and with the Wavy Boys and the Wavy Gang, basically just doing opening acts for Wyclef, and we had some big shit popping with that. But you know what I'm saying? I came back to Milwaukee, you know what I'm saying, after, you know what I'm saying, being back and forth on the road. Blackout was a label that I always respected, you know what I'm saying? So I was chopping it up one day with my DJ, well, one of my DJs, a good friend from the hood, the neighborhood that I grew up in, my guy DJ Banger. And he was chopping it up with me. He like, bro, like, I hear Looney on that dog food. Looney love the remix. Y'all should make a remix to the dog food, put Looney on there. So I was like, yeah, that would sound good. So we was entertaining, you know what I'm saying, chopping it up back and forth, just going over, you know what I'm saying, a possibility of it happening. Then out of nowhere, you know what I'm saying, Looney was down in Atlanta. He had hit me like, bro, send me the record, you know what I'm saying? And I sent him the record over, and he recorded it down there, and he jumped on the remix to the dog food. And my manager Pete, like, he got a solid relationship with our CEO Black, and he used to always chop it with him, like, man, right. like we need to do some shit, you know what I'm saying, put something together, because like H1, he trying to do his own thing right now, you know what I'm saying, as far as artistry, you know what I'm saying, because I was just kind of used to being in like groups, you know what I'm saying, and shit like that. So as far as an independent artist, I was just trying to scratch the surface of that shit, you know what I'm saying. So my manager was like kind of pushing me in a direction to try to really go for that. So we threw Looney on the single, dog food single. Black hit that motherfucker. Black heard it. He went crazy or whatever. He said we need to push the single, put some legs behind it, put some money behind it, and it kind of went from there to. I followed up with a song called Roller Coaster I made, you know what I'm saying? Also produced by Wavy Boy, you know what I'm saying? And what I did was brought the song back to my manager again. And like, so we got the Hookah Lounge, Hookah's Lounge on 91st and Silver Spring. We got the Hookah Lounge, you know what I'm saying? So kind of like, it's like a good way to promote ourselves because we got access to run this damn songs all the time. So it's like, my manager was like, we just finna drill this shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's a new single. We about to just drill it. So we was drilling it, you know what I'm saying? So in the first couple of weeks, we got to like, maybe like 15, 20K organic views on YouTube or whatever, because we just slapped it up on YouTube. And then we were just like, this shit is gonna work. No visual behind it, just a song, you know what I'm saying? In the first 2 weeks of it running, it was at damn near 15, 20,000. So I'm like, shit, it's gonna work. So we sent it over to the DJs from Milwaukee. And my DJ Manny, he drilled that motherfucker Sunday at motherfucking Prime. And Black, from Blackout, he in there, motherfucker. He like, man, who the fuck? He like, that's H1 again? He like, man, he like H1 he don't miss with the hits. So, you know what I'm saying, we was chopping it back and forth and whatever, you know what I'm saying? And he was just saying like, whenever I get, you know what I'm saying, the opportunity to bring you in, you know what I'm saying, or get an opportunity to help you, whatever, help you in any kind of way I can help you, I'm gonna help you. And I said, cool, big bro, I'm gonna hold you to that, you know what I'm saying, whatever. So, DJ Tony Neal from Core DJs, you know what I'm saying, I'm pretty sure everybody know who he is from Milwaukee. So, he heard the song, I sent him the song down there for him to get to a couple DJs and shit. He heard the song and he went crazy to the song and shit. So he riding around listening to it, and he was like, he was just about to start being a kind of like a A&R or like I want to say like maybe like a a spokesperson for Blackout or whatever the fuck, you know what I'm saying? And he just was like, why the fuck you ain't fucking with Black? Like, I'm like, why you ain't fucking with Blackout, man? Like, they got shit going on. Like, they just signed my cousin Party, you know what I'm saying? Party at 4, that's Tony's little cousin. So he like, they just signed Party, and you know what I'm saying? They got a lot of shit going on. 54 finna get out. Unfortunately, Looney just got locked up. You know what I'm saying? Free Looney. Chapo was just getting out, and we was building the buzz was just going with Blackout. You know what I'm saying? As far as with the artists, so I ended up telling Tom like, shit, well, let's make it make sense or whatever. And Tom was like, shit, well, let's get him on the phone and let's try to get you hooked up with Black. So that shit happening. You know what I'm saying? Here we go. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's dope. So, congratulations to that too, man. What is the perks and like the good thing about being on a label like Blackout?
Man, for one thing is I learned from being in situations that when anybody can say we a record label, like you can go get a Facebook, a Instagram, a LLC, a tax ID number. You can go get all of the necessary things you need, the steps. You can get the artists. You can go buy a studio. You can get the equipment. But to be a real label, a label has to sustain and produce and keep the artists afloat when they not working, when they not making money, when they're not, you know what I'm saying? Like when records are not out. How do I stay relevant? How do I keep food on my family table? You know what I'm saying? If I'm waiting 8-9 months down the line for a single to drop, so I can run a single through an engine or whatever. Like Blackout is that. Like Blackout is that they come with the perks, the whole nine. Like they're gonna make sure that you as an artist are developed properly. We got our KB Playmaker over there. He the head of our marketing and PR and everything like that. So that's top notch with everything with the promotion and the marketing with KB. Like he kind of like the GOAT with that shit. So it's like he definitely a guru. He got a mind of his own when it comes to that type of shit. He know how to take each artist and like build a brand around each artist through the vision with the artist. So it's like you have your own say so on what, you know what I'm saying, what you feel like you want Blackout to market you as, and so it ain't like Black them telling me you gotta dress like 6ix9ine and put motherfucking red and blue motherfucking dreads in your head and shit like that. No, it's like we got like the freedom to be our own people and through fashion, through music, through, you know what I'm saying, however we moving, like it's raw, uncut, authentic, like with Blackout. And as far as everything else, like, you know what I'm saying, like the push is like no other. Like it's always gonna be like industry level everything. And then when it come down to like it's like a family orientated thing. Like it's like a brand. Like Blackout is more so of a brand than a label. You know what I'm saying? Because like with Blackout, we got our name attached to so many different things. Like we did a lot of things this year for the community. We did a Christmas turkey giveaway. I think we gave away probably like 100 turkeys at Christmas, and we do like toy drives. We was working with DJ Jerry with Mixtape Trappers with the toy drive just for Christmas, and our CEO Black, he got his hands in everything as far as, you know what I'm saying, with business and helping out with the community. So for the most part, like we got that shit on lock, you know what I'm saying, when it come to that. And then as far as us, like the movie there, we're gonna make the movie, we're gonna go everywhere, and the Blackout always gonna invest into the artists and get the artists, you know what I'm saying, what they need, the tools they need to succeed, and put them in the right environments. All of our videos and visuals and everything like that gonna be up top and recording with the best producers, with the best the best producers, the best studios. And we just moving like that, you know what I'm saying? Like Blackout really is like one of the best labels that I've seen, and like I'm really like a critique of music and like a fan of music. You watch a lot of labels, watch a lot of labels come from the ground, like QC and like Authentic Empire down in Atlanta and shit like that, and it's like I don't see no difference in like what the recipe from what we using here in Milwaukee is to what they using down there in Atlanta. Like, besides the fact that we're in the smaller market, don't nothing separate us from that, because we can like hold our own, like music wise, or like even with the push, like we gonna show up with the tour buses and the, you know what I'm saying, we gonna show up with the, you know what I'm saying, the jewelry and the, you know what I'm saying, the flashy videos and everything, like just like the majors. So it's like, and the quality of the music gonna be there, you know what I'm saying? So Blackout is definitely like something to be fucking with, like, you know what I mean? Like, we're engine in the Midwest for real, for real.
Yeah, man, like I was telling KB, I like what y'all doing, man. Y'all doing a lot of like good things for the city, and like, you know, giving the city hope, like giving artists hope, and just putting Milwaukee on the map and just keeping it going. Like, you know, like I got a lot of talented artists over there.
Yeah,
so,
we do.
Yeah, and I told him, like, man, that's a real good lineup. So, and I've been hearing your song, you know, Dog. I hear that everywhere I go, like even like whether it's a restaurant, club, bowling alley, I hear it. And I also have two more questions for you. Now, what's next for you? Because I see you got a song with T-Rell.
Yeah.
So what's next? What's next? What can we expect from you?
Actually, that's next. We dropping the song that I wrote, that we just did, called Real Ones. It's a song that I had made up. I had recorded it previously, and just the vibe, like KB do a lot of things with T-Rell. So it's like more just going into that again about what KB, like, you know what I'm saying? KB made a couple moves and shit for us to get the record out to T-Rell, him and Black. T-Rell loved the record, you know what I'm saying? He jumped on it. I went out there to Oklahoma, recorded the record, you know what I'm saying, with T-Rell. We recently, probably maybe 2 months ago, flew down to Miami, shot the video for it, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Safe House Productions. They shot the video. Alexa G, she a dope videographer out of Miami. She just shot the video. The beat was done by a Milwaukee person too, King Mizzy from Milwaukee. Producer, you know what I'm saying, co-produced by DeVito Beats. And like, yeah, T-Rell is a real grinder, you know what I'm saying? He kind of like got introduced to the game through him having a close relationship with Mo3 and Boosie and all of that. So, like, with the Pain music and everything like that, with kind of like, we kind of got the similar kind of styles a little bit, you know what I'm saying, for the most part. So it was kind of like an easy fit, you know what I'm saying? And the beat was dope, you know what I'm saying? And the visual is on point. So we dropping that, you know what I'm saying, probably in the next week or so. You know what I'm saying, the next week or so. Maybe close to 2, you know what I'm saying, more closer to 2 weeks, but like that should be out before March.
Now,
you know what
dope.
I'm saying?
Yeah, that's dope. I've been seeing T-Rell like on Facebook for a long time, like just grinding and stuff like that, to the point I thought he was from here. But to hear that he's from Oklahoma, like that's dope.
Yeah, he way Oklahoma, but it's just crazy because it's like I heard a song he had did, and it's like, damn, like he sound like Mo3 to me. But like a lot of people compare me to Mo3, you know what I'm saying? So it's like when, like, you know what I'm saying, people got similar sounds, they like put you in like a bucket together or whatever, but like I always feel like that ain't like me personally, that's not competitive to me. Like, you know what I'm saying, I don't look at T-Rell or a Mo3 or a Rod Wave or nobody like as a threat. I just feel like we all can make good music together, you know what I'm saying? So it was kind of like a good thing for like me and T-Rell to link up and do that one. And the song really kind of like based on just like being around real ones, you know what I'm saying, real people, real friends, all the fake love, all the fake handshakes, shit like that, like kind of like weeding that out, you know what I'm saying? That kind of stemmed from one of my close friends just got killed a year ago, my boy Wood. And he used to always say, like, keep your circle real short, real small. Like, watch the ones around you. You know what I'm saying? Keep all real ones around you. Keep all authentic people around you. And I just used to always keep that in my head. And I was like, I'm going to make a song, like, kind of geared towards that. But yeah, definitely going to be a smash.
Yeah, congratulations to that, bro. I can't wait to see the video and everything. I got another question I want to ask for my last one. You mentioned Wyclef. Like, what was that experience like working with him and opening up for him on tour and stuff like that?
Wow. Yeah, well, that was an experience like no other. Like, I was kind of working close with, like I said, I was working with the producer, Wavy Boy, real close. I was working on a mixtape for myself. And he had presented with a situation to do some producing and shit for Wyclef. And he sent over some records. And he instantly, like, he sent over some beats or whatever. And instantly, Wyclef gravitated towards him. And he kind of liked his music mind. Like, he liked Wavy Boy music mind. And Wavy was just in the studio like, man, like, I'm getting in good with him, so like we should shoot, because I was writing at the same time too. Like, I'm always been like a good writer. You know what I'm saying? I wrote for a lot of people like here in Milwaukee, or I wrote for a lot of people just everywhere, all across the country. Like, you know what I'm saying? I have done a lot of writing for like industry artists and big names and shit like that. Even for HBO and Hulu and Netflix placements. And, you know what I'm saying? I even wrote a jingle for Bad Boys 3, you know what I'm saying? But it didn't catch, because DJ Khaled took over production. But shout out to Khaled, but I kind of wish that shit would have popped up. Because I had a song called Bad Boy that was geared for that soundtrack. But anywho, with Wavy, he like, you know what I'm saying? Wavy like, shit, fuck it, let's throw some samples or some hooks and shit on the beats, you know what I'm saying? When I send him over and see what he think. So I had came up with a hook for one of the beats. It was a song called Slums. I came up with the hook for it, put the hook on there, laced it, you know what I'm saying? We sent it back to him. Instantly, he fell in love with it. And it was like, I'm demoing the record for him, though, you know what I'm saying? Like, for him to buy the hook, not for me to be on the hook. So I was kind of like singing the shit like in a Wyclef voice, like, little shotter boy, we gonna make it out the hood one day. No more drug dealing, no more gunplay. So I'm singing like a Haitian on some Jamaican type, Caribbean style type shit. And he was like intrigued and like fascinated by how I could sound like that, and I ain't from that type of walk of life. And he was like, he flew us out to New York to do a Wavy went out there to do, like, he had a single release. I mean, we had a EP release party for his EP Juve. We flew out there Super Bowl weekend. We had went out there and we had kicked it and shit. We went to his concert. Wavy played in his concert and shit. And we had went to the next day. We had all went out to his crib. He got a big ass mansion out in Jersey and shit like that. Like a villa, really kind of like 3-4 mansions on one motherfucking, you know what I'm saying, like gated community type shit. And it's real different because Wyclef like one of them type of dudes that he down to earth. He playful as a motherfucker to be out. How old he is, you know what I'm saying? Like, he an easy person to be around. Like, you know what I'm saying? He gonna lighten the situation. He gonna, like, you know what I'm saying, set the tone and set the vibe for it to be like chill. You know what I'm saying? For you'll be able to just chop it up with him and real good dude. But he just told me when we went to his crib, he had sat us down, had a meeting with us. He was like, man, who was the kid singing the song? Because we all out there, we kind of deep. About 10 of us, we all out there and shit. And he like, Wavy like, that's my guy H1. And he like, man, I gotta keep you on that motherfucker, bloody. He like, that motherfucker, you sound just like a Zoe. You know what I'm saying? And what he was referring to is like the Zoes, it's like from the Zoe pound. It's kind of like what Zoes call, Haitians call, they call each other Zoes and shit like that. So he from Haiti, you know, Wyclef from Haiti. So he said, you sound just like a Zoe blood. Like, he like, man, I'm gonna keep you on that motherfucker. And he kept me on there, it went from there. Like, you know what I'm saying? We did big things. Like, I did a tribute to Queen Latifah at the VH1 Save the Music 20th anniversary. Performed for DJ Khaled. I did a tribute to Queen Latifah. She was in the building. DJ Khaled, Slick Rick, like the whole cast of Power, all of them in the crowd and shit like that. And I rocked Summerfest. We rocked Kaya Fest with Wyclef, Chicago Afro Fest with Wyclef. We toured all the Midwest, Minneapolis, Chicago, Detroit. We done flew up somewhere everywhere with Wyclef. So, like, the experience was, you know what I'm saying, was real. You know what I mean? Then we did some behind the scenes writing things with him as well. He put us on some Netflix and some Hulu jobs and shit like that. So it's like, far as like writing and being like a behind the scenes type, you know what I'm saying, situation, it was like cool for me because at that point in my life in music, that's where I kind of wanted to be at, like behind the scenes. Because I kind of really didn't want to be an artist no more because I was like, you know what I'm saying, pushing the artist shit so much, and it just seemed like sometimes like in Milwaukee, like with shit being like the market being so small, but you know what I'm saying, it's like if you don't have really the outsources for that type of shit, it kind of like weigh on you. Right. So I kind of like didn't want to be an artist no more, but through that, it made me want to be an artist, like performing with Wyclef and all of that. It made me want to be an artist again. So with that unfolding like that, I kind of just when that kind of like that wave was over with the album, like because we was like riding the album for like he had brought out the Carnival 3, so I wrote 2 songs on there and featured on one. So it was kind of like ride the wave for that, you know what I'm saying? When that kind of cooled off, I'm like, okay, cool, like I'm kind of ready to start doing my own artist shit. So that's when I just kind of like linked in with my brother Pooh, you know what I'm saying? Really, that's my manager, you know what I'm saying? My man's. So he like, man, let's just start from scratch and like let's get you out here, you know what I'm saying? So me taking the knowledge of the whole Wyclef situation and the resume, the whole background and putting all that shit together, and you know what I'm saying, like it kind of made me, you know what I'm saying, a product of who I am right now, you know what I'm saying? But I don't have no regrets of anything that I did or anybody that I worked with, and you know what I'm saying, it was all like positives, you know what I'm saying? So my road to right now is it's been kind of like up and down, but I mean, I wouldn't trade it for nothing else. You know what I mean?
That's most definitely dope, bro. Like, just to have that experience, the tour with Wyclef, like a legend in the game, can like do so much for you and give you so much game. So that's dope, bro. That's epic. Now, my final question for you, I ask everybody who come on this show this question, and that's, where do you see yourself 5 years from now?
Man, 5 years. Man, it's hard to look 5 years down the line because it's like, man, I've done so much in a year. I mean, like I just told my manager the other day. I'm like, sometimes we do so much, it feel like what's next. Like it's always with the what's next factor. So it's like you will forget how much you've done in a year or a month or 6 months. Like in this past year, I think I done traveled in and out of Milwaukee to different places probably maybe 30 times. You know what I'm saying? Like I know people who ain't never flew out of Milwaukee once or never seen the outside of Milwaukee once. You know what I'm saying? Like it's people that's like that. You know what I'm saying? So for me to travel and, you know what I'm saying, have traveled the world and traveled state to state doing what I love and, you know what I'm saying, shooting videos and locking in with like different artists like T-Rell and producers and, you know what I'm saying? I went and sat on Dirty Glove off the porch, did big interviews with them. I went out there and did some stuff with Big O Rankin down in the basement with him. It was like, just in this year with Blackout, like, man, I've been on a fucking tour damn near, like, without the music, though, like, and I had some performances here and there, like, in-state and out-of-state performances, you know what I'm saying? I done rocked some big shows under Blackout, but, like, for 5 years, to see 5 years from now, like, hopefully 5 years from now, shit, we sitting back somewhere, man, counting the money and shit, sitting somewhere, you know what I'm saying, worrying about how we gonna buy off the block, you know what I'm saying? Like, so, you know what I'm saying? Like, I always keep, you know what I'm saying, to keep a kind of a humble, you know what I'm saying, a humbleness to me, for the most part, you know what I'm saying, to where I feel like, okay, keep the grind, keep your, you know what I'm saying, keep your head forward, keep your head down, and just keep running, keep moving, keep making moves. But it's like, I see the success too. I see where it's spiraling, you know what I'm saying? I've been having the big write-ups, the big publications, you know what I'm saying, just in Hip Hop Weekly, just in Source, just in Hip Hop since 1987, just a lot of big write-ups. I just, you know what I'm saying? So, and it's like, I'm starting to get the followers and the, you know what I'm saying, really see the fruits of the labor. So it's like, now, like, I can see, you know what I'm saying, some success at the end of the road. I can see it. But it's just like applying yourself and getting there. So 5 years from now, I can see us winning. And I can see us actually bringing a solid music market back to Milwaukee. Because we got a lot of shit popping. We got the Compound. We got Blackout as a label, you know what I'm saying, as the brand. I actually got my own studio right now, you know what I'm saying, called Do It All Studios, with me and my manager, a couple of my partners, you know what I'm saying. I got my own artist that I'm working with called Sucker Free Rocco. Hopefully one day I'll be able to put my own label forward and start doing my shit. But right now I'm just trying to bust the door down for Milwaukee, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, work hard and build. You know what I'm saying? Blackout is a perfect platform to build with. You know what I'm saying? It's a hell of a team. It's a hell of a label. There's plenty of support there, and, you know what I'm saying, financially, mentally, and, you know what I'm saying, and especially through the work. So I can see us, you know what I'm saying, later on down the line, me doing some bigger things with Blackout, like kind of putting my hands in it on some executive type levels, you know what I'm saying, shit like that too. So 5 years from now, hopefully everything just transpire into something big.
Right, and I can definitely see all that happening even before 5 years, because like I was telling KB, like, the way y'all moving is like, y'all moving like a major in a sense of a way, like y'all not waiting on nobody, y'all going to get it yourselves, y'all got the music, the quality and everything. So I definitely see a lot of that happening because, like I said, as long as y'all keep doing what y'all doing, you know what I'm saying, keep being original, stay in y'all lane, and don't worry about what nobody got to say about y'all, I could definitely see y'all, you know, moving forward, especially you. You know, you got a lot of things going on right now. So,
100.
Yeah.
But it's just like, like, that's our motto and our slogan, independently major. You know what I'm saying? We feel like we are independent, but we move like a major. And for the most part, like, from the outside looking in, you know what I'm saying, for a lot of artists, they look at it and they, you know what I'm saying, they see the growth and they see it, but it's a lot of hard work to come behind the growth. You know what I'm saying? So you working over here, it ain't no free ride or no shit like that, or ain't like we paying our way. You know what I'm saying? Actually, you got to really have the good records. You got to really put time in the studio. You got to really, you know what I'm saying, polish yourself up as an artist through artist development, and, you know what I'm saying? And everything else got to come into play. KB doing what he doing, and we got A&Rs doing what they doing, and we got executives doing what they doing, and behind the scenes people that's moving and putting things together for us to, you know what I'm saying, succeed. So it's like, it's like a conglomerate, but we building. Mm-hmm. So I can see, you know what I'm saying, big things in the future for us.
Well, good luck to you, bro, man. I appreciate you for sitting down with the rap draft, you know, and doing this interview with me.
Yeah, man. I've been waiting to get out here too, man. So shout out to the rap draft, man. Y'all know what it is, H1 the Hook.
Yeah, most definitely love, bro.
Yep.